Whoa. What? I'm gonna try another one of these missions. I passed the last one, so that was nice.
Like our beginnings are just random noises.
Yours are
like urban noises.
Urban noises.
Huh? Yeah, there's like dogs, people yelling.
It's all you.
It's not. Look, it's. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you do it too.
I follow your lead.
The frick, bro? Like, why
I was actually saying what I'm doing. I am doing the mission, and as I'm talking, I hear. Roof, 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 roof. It's like, all right.
So I had a little change in my life that I've been kind of working on, but I think I finally pulled the plug. I don't know what. What is pulled the plunge?
And I was like, you got it stuck, and you're about ready to see what you've created. I'm pulling it. I don't care what's gonna happen.
It's
gonna go everywhere. It's gonna finally be fixed. But I'm gonna pull it.
Pulled the plug. Finally pulled the plug.
You gotta scream when you do it.
No, I meant to say I combined pulled the plug and took the plunge.
Sure. It's okay, dude.
I pulled the plunge. That's my new thing. So I pulled the plunge, and I everything news related, anything negative, just the negative convoluted bullcrap of the world that is so non-related to me. That I live in this world, I live in this country, but there are certain things that I care about that I think I should listen to. The rest is just noise. Yeah. Like I care about.
That's how I feel about Twitter.
I care about
shots fired.
Why you on there then, bro? Why are you on there then, bro?
It's just nothing but fucking white noise in Twitter.
Out,
there's no one there, and if there is, they're just like, there's no need to retweet. There's no need to heart. There's none of that shit. And if there is, they're not real. It's all fucking bullshit. Twitter is its own environment that's not
it's
Twitter.
All coming out of Donald's mouth now.
I can get more responses on fucking Facebook than I can on Twitter.
I kind of wish you gave me the Expression Player's Instagram, because I really hate that you have it. And
that was my old Instagram, so it's still connected. So I kind of suck.
Well, how about you let what's it called? You rip the cord. What's it saying? Pull the plunger? No, that's the one I just said. That's weird.
Well, you said it.
Okay, no, I mean what's the real one? Cut the cord? Cut the belly cord?
Cut the umbilical cord?
What do they call it, bro?
Are you talking about a newborn?
No, I was saying you finally cut the cord, or no, you need to cut the cord with Twitter then, or Instagram. Let it go.
Yes. Well, the thing is, I sort of don't know. I wanted to when I created the other one, but I didn't know how.
I'm just gonna make one then.
I want to change it to Dino. I'm glad this kind of came up. I want to change it to Dino, and I was gonna say you should have a mecha.
Instagram? I have a mecha.
Is that the main one you use?
Yeah, Mecha J. That's the main one I use. Mainly you're gonna see pictures of me, I guess, if you want to see what I look like. You're gonna see pictures. You're gonna see pictures of stuff that I've done, places I went.
You won't see
edit
me.
Photos.
I'm Batman.
So here's the deal, though. First of all, I love Instagram, okay? But I don't really use that for news. I just use it to look at pleasing images of things that I like and things that I enjoy. And just fun, like a donut. I look at a donut. I would love to eat you, donut.
What are you talking about, boy?
About things that I look at that are pleasing to.
Are you saying this is how your Instagram will run?
Right. Well, no, my Instagram runs this way already in general. It's pleasing to the eye, things that positive, good things. Everything is positive in Instagram for me. I don't see it. Instagram has been anything but negative.
Really?
I don't get negativity there. I don't look at Trump pictures. I don't look at media blowing up missiles over, whatever country pictures. I look at everything that I like, okay? Oranges.
I want to change it to, because I'm almost officially switched to my new sleep, my new job, my new schedule. And as soon as I start that, I'm going to be doing weekday streams or weeknights on on YouTube, and then I'll be doing more of that. So I want to that's why I wanted to change, take it back to my dyno instead of having my personal account on there. Because in the very
Well, I don't know. I mean, we can. I can make an expression player. Is that way you're not tied?
yeah, because I also have my photography one, so it's like it's a lot to handle.
Oh
yeah,
beach eye.
So because of that, I wanted to just because I'm starting to get a flow, and now that I have a newer laptop, I'll be able to do everything a little bit faster. My old one really fell apart. Yeah, that's why I haven't been able to put videos out.
Well, here's the deal. What I want to say is that I've gotten rid of all news. All news, BBC, CNN, NBC, USA, MSNBC, whatever.
Fox.
I don't know all the monikers and the acronyms and the NDCs
The
and
CBC,
the
BBC,
and the CNNs and
the BWW,
yeah, and all those and the whatever, yeah, and the DIK and the
CK,
and the DI whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Whoa, I don't know what you're watching.
Oh, yeah. Let's just keep going.
and the yeah. Whatever. Anyway, so I can go down the road that I don't want to go down. But
all right. No, we already went down. You just weren't paying attention. We're back out.
Oh. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting rid of all news.
All right. So you're cleansing your soul and your body.
Dude, I have been kind of already on the verge of things because I was very like news. I love my news. I love knowing stuff about the world. But you know what I realized, like as I've grown older, I realized that I really don't give a crap about the other day. Okay, like don't get me wrong. And when I say I don't give a crap, I don't mean like in the inhuman, like unsympathetic.
You don't
way.
care about what the news has to offer.
For example, here's the thing. Okay, I was kind of, my CNN still had notifications on, and this was a few weeks ago, and I see a notification come up. You know, I'm watching YouTube, watching this funny thing. I see a notification come up. Man throws lady into oncoming traffic. Okay, this is CNN's breaking news. Okay, now my question.
Do you know what CNN stands for?
When this happens is
Central News Network.
Because I just thought of something not appropriate.
I totally pulled that out of my ass, but it's one of those. I think that's right. It's Central News Network.
Oh, it's definitely News Network. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's Central. I think it's more likely
I
to
don't
be
know.
Century.
It sounds right.
Century News Network.
You know what Fox stands for?
But anyway, so.
Fuck all
Fox.
oryxes, because they live in a fantasy world.
Get outta
Anyway,
here.
sorry,
Okay.
continue.
Get out of here. Anyway, whatever, dude. So I got rid of everything. Anyway, this news thing comes up. You know, man throws woman into whatever. And I'm like, you know what, dude? If I want to see this, like, this is so irrelevant. This is just the most negative crap. This is so like, okay, if I want to see this, I can go on livelinks.com and just look up guy kills or woman kills. And then you'll just see like a bunch of videos that come up about a dude killing a girl or a guy or like you can see like guy kills a baby. Like you can see all that crap on there. I don't need the news station to be telling me this crap. I already know this awful crap happens in the world.
I used to say for that stuff, I would rather see it live and done than I would have it reviewed and broadcast to me. Like, what the fuck? I was like, you got the footage? No?
What?
Then you're wasting my goddamn time. Because I live in a century where if I don't see it, I don't believe it, and I don't care. Showing me a highlight of what your selected footage, it's going to make me look ignorant. That's the one thing I learned.
I mean, I had no idea that you needed to see this.
Yeah.
But
that's real news.
Sure.
Show me the live footage and show me everything you got.
No, I wouldn't even want to see live footage of that. Like I said, that's the most negative
I'm just saying,
crap
if I
ever.
was going to watch the news,
see
that's what I'd want. I'd want live footage.
No, they already do that. They do have
No,
footage
but
and
they
crap.
trim
have
it,
footage.
they edit it, they make their own versions. Then they get biased on their own opinion. I was like, that's not what I want to hear. I just want to see it. Don't hold me up for an hour just to show me the 5-minute clip that I could have found within 2 seconds.
Well, what I'm saying is that this is just negative.
It
crap,
is.
Okay,
It's
in general.
beyond negative.
That's pretty negative. I can go on live leaks and watch this crap on my own, and get pissed on my own at the world. I don't need the news stations to be telling me this, and so I avoid live leaks unless I'm unless I'm in a mood to watch this kind of crap because well, there's some good things on there too, but I'm saying like I normally avoid. So the fact that they think that they want to show me this crap and this is what I want to see as news. I'm done with this, dude. This is all the news stations too. All of them do this crap. They all just show the most negative stuff, the most negative news. Korea is threatening us again. You know,
They're still about, go get the viewers. We need the most viewers. I'm like, yeah.
and negativity apparently does.
Yeah, well, that's nothing new. That's really nothing new.
Right. So then I made the decision, man. I cut everything. News related, anything news related that is not pertaining to my life or my personal needs or wants or my personal interests. Anything that's not revolved, and I really like I have an Apple phone, so I really like Apple News because you can cater it to yourself completely. There is still news on there from other places, like there's still like politics news there, but you can ignore that. You don't have to go into it. And on top of that, it's news that like you cater to yourself. So like my news has anything to do with like games, Star Wars, music, guitars, cars, anything that I enjoy. And that's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear about. I don't want to hear about anything else, dude. Anything else is so relevant to me. Korea's gonna bomb us? Bomb us then. Where is it at? If not, I don't want it. I don't want to hear about it. Leave us alone.
I want to see the explosion of where they bombed us so I can react, and then we can do something about it. Don't tell me they got something and make me all anxious.
Something happens, I'll be there 100%. Yeah, something happens, I'm there. I'm there to protect my country 100% if we need to, in our soil. If nothing happens, I'm not in the military, unfortunately, so I can't really help.
But
I'm not gonna go over there.
It's never too late to sign up for the military. Don't say that.
That's true. But I don't think they want a person like me. I'm way too I'm way too chilled out, dude.
They'll break you. They'll mold you. They'll make you the perfect soldier. We want you. And I'm pointing at the screen, just so you know. Hang on, let me see. Can you point with your
propaganda-ish? Which kind of brings me to the next point. That because of all this, all the fake news and all the bull crap and all the negativity in this world, that I'm getting rid of. I deleted all the news apps except for the ones that are related to interests that I like IGN, which I really love for my news. Anything like game,
That's all the news I I watch The Know. I some IGN I'll watch every now and then. They're not my main source. The Know is mine, and then if I like the topic, I'll myself just kind of research a little bit more. But I feel like on my own news, like I made my YouTube give me the right notifications, so it only tells me interesting stuff. But like that's
kind of how
your
Apple
phone
News is. That's kind of
I think
Apple
the news
is
is on your
just whatever you
phone.
want.
The news is part of your phone, and because that's where you get most of your information is on your phone. So when I see like customized settings, it's all about how you make it. Most people, those videos that you see online, they're like 50 things you can do with your Galaxy that you didn't know, and you're like, oh shit, and then you're like, oh, there's a lot of cool shortcuts on here. There's a lot of cool features. Same thing. Yeah. You can customize your phone to give you the appropriate news. It's just about how you are, what you want.
Yeah, and for me, it's very much about.
I feel like you're going through a cleanse, and it's very appropriate.
Dude, it builds so much anxiety in my life. It builds so much negativity, and I mean that's not the only reason why.
I was there at one point. I mean, I've avoided the news a lot longer. But I was in that boat, the same point where you're like, I'm done with this shit. The shit's so negative.
It really is, dude. And to me, it's like, look, I don't, I just got rid of it, and so far, dude, I feel so good, bro. I feel so good. I only look at things that are relevant to me, and things just.
I want the effects of something that's actually happening, not the possible cause that could occur. Because like, there's so many things that could occur, and I don't need to add that to my life if it doesn't need to be. There's, of course,
right.
But
so I kind of want.
Because I know there'd be people who are like, well, you're just avoiding like the world. I'm like, no, I'm not avoiding the outside world. Like, travel yourself and see what's going on. That's my best recommendation.
Well, there's I mean, a lot of that's not available to a lot of people, but to be honest, like, so there's a difference between like avoiding news, like, and when I mean news, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your Comic-Con news. I'm not talking about the next car show news.
Talking about political
or local news. Actually, local news is pretty useful. You know, I do like local news because it pertains to where I live. So, you know, that could be like there's a guy on the prowl, there's something
like
going on.
Facebook, I know, has
area
a lot
that
of
would matter
local news kind of thing, like neighbor
local news stuff is important. Right, like I do AZ Central. I really like the local news there, and it just talks about events going on in downtown Phoenix and like different places here in Arizona. So I to me that's relevant to me because that's I live here. I live in the area. So I like that kind of stuff, and a lot of it is not negative. A lot of it is like FedEx driver down on Dobson and whatever, saves woman by blah 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 blah. Like, it's a really positive. Like, hey, check this citizen out.
Yeah,
he did a good thing. I'm like, that's awesome, man. I want to know. I want to know about this stuff. Like, that is a positive thing. I would like to know about my local area, my local community, and how it's doing. And so that's fine to me. Anything else around me, I feel like that is just like political, all this stuff. I don't need it, dude, because I don't need it. I'm not talking with anybody about politics. I'm not talking to anybody about this stuff because it's just so negative, dude. It's such a like I said, I'm getting rid of I got rid of all of it, dude. So to me, like, I want to give my experience so far. I've been away from all of it for about 2 months now, and I'm like, my anxiety levels, dude. I'll be honest, like, I didn't know that this actually pertained to that, and I wouldn't really call myself somebody who has anxiety, but I definitely notice my mental state being way different. Like, my mind is not clogged with random news bits that mean nothing to me, except for like just made me think about it for a second. Like, my mind was such a freaking drain. You know, it was like a freaking bathroom drain, just taking in all the hairs. And, like, as weird and gross as that sounds.
Got one hell of an image.
Yeah, it's like, look, I got rid of all that. And so now it's just the news that's in my head from the stuff that I want to hear about, the stuff that entertains me, you know? And so it's I don't know, it's just kind of like freeing. And I was talking to Green Ray about this, and he said, dude, he's like, wow, I didn't know you took that, like, it's such a big step. It's like, yeah, you know, he wants to do that, and I learned this from a friend of mine, because she had a lot of anxiety and a lot of crap in her life, and she got rid of all that as well. And like, she's only like, and also one of my other friend Brandon, he also does that as well. And all these people have been making this change, and like, it was I don't know why, but I used to get like sort of a prideful feeling by knowing the news and knowing what's up and up. But I noticed that, like, people
don't give a fuck.
No, and on top of that, it's just negative.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that sucks. Oh, thank you for that.
Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. So I was like, you know what, dude, I'm totally done with this. Like, this is not effective in my life, and this doesn't help me, you know. And like, I don't like being the guy that says like, hey, have you heard about this? And people are like, no, I haven't. But no, I haven't. That sucks. you know, and that I want to bring positive vibes to people, and that's just not what I was doing with all the news crap in my head, because I needed an outlet, and I didn't know where else to throw it at but other people.
Yeah.
You know, that's so much in my head about this bullcrap, because that's all it is, man. It's just like clogged up bullcrap that goes through this like miniature scale little tidbits of information, and they don't go anywhere. It's just kind of giving you like the most random bullcrap ever, you know. So I was reading because of this. I started reading like you know what's going on here, and it's funny, dude. You know how many news stations I saw that actually report on this, like watching the news and avoiding it, and why you should avoid it.
That's like a hot topic.
Like
right now.
I saw The Guardian, Fox, Huffington Post, the New York Times, and all these places were talking about avoiding news and why to avoid it and what are your positives. And I'm like, do you know you're a news station?
They mean
right?
mainstream
like,
though.
I know, but that sucks, dude. You know, like that is now bringing you to their site, which eventually will. Like it was a trap. If you read the articles there, you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna see their. It's a trap, bro. It's a trap, dude. So don't go if you're gonna read about what the good and the bad about this. Don't go on Fox, NBC, all these things to read about their articles, because you'll see all the bullcrap right on there. Go to you know this other place called like Psychology Now. Just different things and places. There's there's one called High Existence, something. And these are all sounding kind of weird, but they're just not news stations. So I ended up reading reading them, and one of them was the fact that one of them talked about how like avoiding news makes you smarter. And I really like this article. This is on highexistence.com, okay, and I'll do kind of like a fast read here, where it's like, basically, so you stop reading the news, and what ends up happening is that when you keep continuing to read, this is the basis of the article. When you continue to read all this negative stuff, you become more desensitized, right?
Yeah.
And whether or not people agree with that, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that's up for debate. I just simply say, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, you're right. You know, like when I heard about the guy pushing the lady, I was like, dude, live leaks. I was pretty desensitized there, because was I a child and I would have read that, I would have been like, oh my god, why would somebody do that? You know, and so I know I was desensitized there for sure, and the desensitizing of all this eventually leads to like a more intense craving.
You want more? It's
if
called
you
adrenaline.
want to call it that. Yeah, like almost like your brain like is like, all right, dude, like I'm so used to this. I'm gonna move myself to beheadings on live leaks, or beheadings on whatever other site. I don't really watch this thing, so I don't know where people go to watch this stuff. But like I'm gonna move up to girl gets burned in Guatemala. Holy frick, that video scared the crap out of me, dude. You seen that? Yeah, it was so sad. So sad.
You know why though, right?
Like, yeah, I know why, but I don't want to get into that. I know why it happened, but it was sad still. It's messed up.
Okay.
So anyway, so I saw that, man, and like I'm just like, holy frick. Like that's where you move up to, because you start like, I'm done with this. Give me the real footage. That was you, bro.
Yeah.
That's you.
I've been at
You're
that
getting
point,
to that
bro.
point,
That's
man.
why I stopped watching the news.
Exactly. That's why you knew. That's why you knew that happens. You know? So I believe that that's definitely true. Like, the desensitizing of a human being can definitely happen, and that is a sad thing, man. Because that makes us colder and less sympathetic. First of all, as another thing, and it just makes us like more cruel and like violent in a way, you know? Maybe not even violent,
Cold.
just simply more like
more logical
cold.
than humane.
Like our heart has a shell around it. Yeah. And that may just be me. I may be just a crazy motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
You know, that may just be my feeling. Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Check out this motherfucker. Check out this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. All
That's
the Samuel
actually
Jackson. All of it.
It's
No,
Dinko.
it's not. He got it from Samuel Jackson.
I can't hit this guy.
I know, but
Yeah, I think he got it from Samuel.
I thought he got it from Samuel Jackson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But it's Dane Cook.
Yeah, because I love Dane Cook, bro. Well,
He needs it.
We'll give it to him.
It's been a
just
hard
because
year.
I like
It's
the
been a
Cooks.
hard year for him.
I don't know
Hey,
about
Dane
that.
Cook, I miss
He's
you,
fine.
buddy.
He's fine.
Call me. Call me. You don't call no more.
Where are you?
He doesn't call no more. Like, what the fuck?
1-800, we miss you. When did he call you?
Back in the day, which was a Wednesday, by the way.
I'm just gonna give you a moment of silence.
That's it. But,
So the other thing is they called it sensitization, a phenomenon that in certain contexts you become hypersensitive because you associate surroundings with a dopamine release. You are much more likely to crave for a moment or to check an email if you spawn on a phone. So over time, you're more likely to check your phone than engage in conversation.
Yeah.
That was 100%
'cause you
me.
want to
dude.
be up to date.
That was 100% me. Yeah, like just, oh, what's the latest? Oh, dude, I got it. And like, if it's not good enough, you're like searching, like you're like scrolling like a madman. Like somebody's
What am
asking,
I
like,
holding?
you're on the toilet, so just scrolling. People are thinking, what is he doing in there, bro? And they just, just moving your freaking hands so fast. So you're scrolling, bro.
What
It's
the
just you're
fuck? I
scrolling
got a
all through all the
ray gun,
news.
dude.
That's all it is. That's all it is, bro. Scroll right through it. You okay in there? They ask you.
I got a ray gun, and this thing is
You know what I
not
mean,
a good
dude?
gun. Sorry.
You're so desensitized
You
to
kind of
me.
went on a rant.
Don't
so I was
ignore
like,
me.
I'm just gonna let you go. But then at the same time, they're like, "You got an experimental ray gun. You only get this amount of shots. Once it's gone, you're dead. Or once you switch it, it's gone. And it's only one shot kill, and it's got explosive rounds. But the fucking enemies are all over the place, and I can't fucking get a good. God, I'm stuck." That's what I'm experimenting.
The next thing, okay, number 3, hypofrontality. Now, I don't know where they come up with these names. I have no idea.
Science.
What's up with these, but this is the desensitization and sensitization that causes atrophy of the frontal cortex. I thought this is interesting because I thought, okay, how did they come up with this? But we'll go along with it. Whereby the activity of the frontal lobes in the brain decreases in turn, making it harder to control your
It's like
cravings. Go into the bathroom solely to check.
becoming an addict.
So I don't really know how they test the frontal. I guess there may be like enough evidence that continuous use of something may do that, may decrease it. But all in all, in my head, I think that it has definitely changed my outlook in the way I see things, and I'm thinking about different ideas. I became more creative. That's just my overall feeling.
Wait, with it or without it?
Without it. So this guy goes on to say, he said that some time ago he stopped reading and watching the news. No newspapers, no news programs, no internet snippets, a world of drama. He said he stopped because he didn't feel like it was a positive effect of his life. It's expected that it might have a harmful effect. Sometimes watching the news, he felt anticipating another big event in the world, something to shake the very core of my being, he said. And other times I check my smartphone every hour to get my news fix. I was expecting the latter. When I looked into the mechanism of addiction, I found stunning clues as to what was happening. Our brain was wired to notice new things and ignore what we already know. We aren't evolved to constantly admire the same things over and over, but to seek novelty in what has remained unexplored. In this novelty seeking,
We have a limit of memory, don't we?
This novelty seeking is quite addicting. When you are reading the news article or this article now, your brain releases a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine doesn't produce the feel-good. Dopamine doesn't produce the feel-good people normally associate with, but it causes for craving to feel good. The craving can be continued to where the pleasurable effects of
So
stimulus.
basically, you become so used to you're numb.
Right. It is no wonder that almost every addiction we know, and some of it is some way linked to dopamine system. An internet addiction is very similar. Dopamine-wise, no food, sex, or drugs addiction. The effect of reading small sensationalist stories that bear little relevance to our daily lives don't require any critical thinking is threefold. So, and then he goes off to explain. He doesn't really. He continues. It's quite long. You can go read it. It's called highexistence.com. I like the article. I actually read like 20 different articles. I felt like this was the most.
This was a needed cleanse. That's one thing I gotta say. And it's interesting because like you got the science behind of what the news is, and to sum it all up, it's another addiction. That's basically it. You become addicted to information to the point where you almost have the same respondents as an addict, someone that's a drug addict. It's the same chemicals and same levels.
Yeah, and like I totally related to this. It's just I feel the news stories were distorting my reality. And news should be information that people need to manage your affairs in your community. You need information to know what the opportunities are, what the problems are. Yet news does the opposite of that. Most news stories are fundamentally exposed to what we actually experience on a day-to-day basis. Our perspective of the world is being skewed unconsciously, and we make bad interpretations because of it. News only shows the exception of the rule, never the rule itself. We never hear how many people love their spouses, yet we get bombarded how many murdered or raped. We only hear about war, never about peace. Almost all of us never experience a terror attack, yet we find it normal to give up all of our privacy in the airport and on the internet in the name of preventing one. We overrate terrorism and airplane crashes. We underrate noise pollution and chronic stress. And because the media never shows their self-reflective activity, it never writes about itself, we overrate their importance and underrate their negative effect on the collective consciousness of the world. And I mean, he wrote a really long article, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, guys, but it's, like I said, it's on highexistence.com. I'll tell you the name of the guy. Guy who wrote it. I'm pulling it up. Vamp a little while.
Wow, I did it! Another mission succeeded. Yes!
I knew it was gonna be like that. This is actually written by Martin. Sorry if I'm butchering his name. Sherp, and if you can follow him at Martin Sherp. Spelled Martijn.
I already thought of the name of this title, and at first I gotta say, do you want to quit the news? We're here to help. Join us at Expression Players weekly, daily. And we will be your news of interest, of positivity. And if it's not relevant, who cares? It's just a topic that we're here to bring. And it's okay to quit. You can quit. We're here.
Yeah. We're gonna be bringing later on our like first weekly episode will be about like the good news that entertains us, that kind of like brings on like, hey, check what's happening. Like this happened. Yeah, some of it may be negative because maybe the movie you wanted may not get made, but at least you know. So that's about as negative as it's gonna get. Delays. Movies don't get made. Music albums aren't coming.
The beauty is like we're not a real news, so we'll bring you topics and information, but we'll also we'll give our 2 cents about it. And if you don't care, you don't care. But if you're interested and you want to talk about it,
what's up?
That's right. What's up? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean I just wanted to share my experience with what has happened to me in my life, and also something like I've done to just reducing stress in general. I feel like I never really realized I had stress in my life or any anxiety in my life, and I don't really believe in for myself. Beholds to how whatever else people do. I don't, whatever. It's just for my personal self. I grew up in a family who didn't believe in any medication, really. So it's embedded in my head, unfortunately, and I don't want to take any medication ever for anything. So I try to go the most natural way about doing things, and so I simply am looking for very natural ways, and one of them is removing a lot of the bullcrap that's just bringing stress to my life, and that's that. I had no idea the news is one of them, but it was, dude. Once I got rid of it, I felt so much lighter. Also energy drinks. I'm not drinking those as much anymore.
Yeah.
That's a big anxiety pusher. Yeah.
Probably should quit that.
Yeah, it sucks. Probably shouldn't do that. So, yeah. Share what you guys think, man. If you guys have gone through kind of a stress cleansing, anxiety cleansing kind of thing, like give us some tips. I'm not a pro at this, so give us some tips, man. If you guys have anything that you guys did to help you, like I would love to know that. We would love to know that. And just kind of talk to us about it. If you don't, if you care, if you don't care, all right, that's cool too, man. Whatever. So, you guys can always email us at expressionplayers at gmail.com. And obviously, you guys can reach us at Twitter at Expression Player with an R, not an S at the end. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Always appreciate you guys.
All right, guys. Peace.